I just saw the track list, and when it come to Metro Boomin, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't expecting much from the last project, which is why I didn't have a video out for it when it initially came out, and I just put I like Metro, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why, I just don't really be expecting much from him. You know, he's kind of like that guy that everybody taps in with to make a song at some point or another. So when he announced that he dropped a project or was coming out with a project last year, or I think that was 4 or 5 years ago actually, I was like, cool, that sounds like a cool little idea, but I just wasn't expecting much. Fast forward till now, and I'm still not expecting too much until I saw the track list, until I saw Don Toliver and 21 Savage again, and Young Thug. And it's kind of got me in this vibe where I'm like, damn, this literally cannot go wrong. I no longer have any reservations or fears about this record. I think it's going to be great. I'm just ready, bro. That's really all it is. I'm just ready. Somewhere in my mind, I skipped over John Legend. There's no way John Legend was on here the entire time, and I just now noticed. Look, for those who don't know, I hate John Legend, like with a burning passion. If there's anyone that I would love to see suffer in life, it's John Legend. If John Legend has one hater, it's me. I don't know what it is, bro. It's his fucking, it's his fucking face. I just want to put his ears in a microwave or something. I don't know. On time. I mean, it's alright, like. Okay.
Metro motherfucking Boomin, nigga.
Oh, that's ASAP. Okay.
I glide through the rain and the fire. Must I remind you niggas? I gotta tell you niggas again. We gotta show you people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what
I love how cinematic, how beautiful that intro was. I like the outro to the intro. Thought it was equally as cinematic, really world building. I really feel like I'm bearing witness to the birth of a main character in the context of this record so far. So I like what I just heard. Really big, large cinematic song. I hate John Legend so much. Superhero with Future Chris Brown. With Future and Chris Brown, not Future Chris Brown. I don't know what Future Chris Brown would be up to.
hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again. Yeah. Tennis bracelets and they came with the fraud. All the way up to your jaw.
Is really channeling, like, I really feel like I'm back in 2015 right now. Like, we got the intro from Metro already with the Future voice doing it, but like the vibe of this track is so heavy, it's so dense. It's laying on to me. And I mean that with my whole soul. I'm not even trolling. Like, it really feels like 2015, back when every record that was like 808 heavy felt like it has some weight to it. It wasn't light. It didn't feel synthetic. That's where I'm at right now. This is good. How the fuck is Chris Brown gonna fit on? Oh my god.
And the world keeps spinning like I'm the only one, and I'm the only one.
I love when Chris Brown is used effectively. I mean by that is use his vocals. Chris Brown is an incredible singer, and I need his vocals to be put at the forefront. I need his vocals to be highlighted. I need people to remember that this nigga is still a singer. Maybe he does make 87 track albums, but when he's placed perfectly on a track and his attributes are highlighted to their highest degree, then it works. Too Many Nights featuring Don Toliver. Whoa, Future again? Oh my god. If I will stare through the peephole to see Don Toliver spit this type of, you know what I'm saying, insane verbiage into a microphone outside the studio, bro, I'm desperate for another album at this point. Now, I did like Life of a Don, don't get me wrong, but like, make more, bro. That was a lot. I didn't need to say all that. I didn't need to say all that. I don't care. Future don't have to be on a song at this point. It's Don's song. I don't care. Look, I don't care. It's your song. Do what you want. Do what you want to do with it. Okay, so Future was just a feature that you could barely hear on that track. Don't know why he was there. Still a decent addition. A little gimmicky to put him at the end like that, unless he's going to be the intro to the next song. But I don't care. That was a great song. Don Toliver showed out. He filled up the entire track. Didn't feel 3 minutes. Good amount of momentum. He did good. Raindrops with Travis Scott. Insane.
New AP, no Timex. I'm right now and I'm next. Do charge bills wherever I reside. It's quiet, private.
A vibey track. which is really just a lot of Travis Scott's music. As I've said before, he's not a great rapper. He makes music for you to fall into a trance to, and that's kind of what the track was. I would say it's decent though. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad cut. Could have been better, yeah, but like it's Travis Scott. I don't expect too much. I know that sounds like dick suck, but I swear to God, I don't expect much from Travis Scott. Track number 5 is Umbrella with 21 Savage and Young Nudie. This has to be hard.
Okay. Big 4L. The biggest 4L. Put your name on the bullets while I'm feeling them. Pussy. All the ops scared cause we killing them. Pussy. Eastside vet, I'm a gentleman. Pussy. Chopper scene like it's a devil. Yeah. Money, violence go together.
Catching bodies, they dreaming. Ain't that they caught a body with
The piano has been doing this thing from the beginning all the way up until this point. Like, I don't want to say it's been carrying, but how hard these keys have been dropping. Again, I feel like I'm underneath the weight of the instruments, and that is what I like. That is what I need. I need you to add gravity to me when I'm listening to some of these cuts. Make me feel how big your presence is. I need to have like a sonic understanding that I can translate into a visual. Because the track itself, sonically here, we're just getting nothing but like an earthquake stomping through a neighborhood. That's how heavy these keys are. Heavy the piano is, heavy the bass is.
Party in the hills, all the bitches got a powder nose. Call them bent over on the counter hose.
Another pretty dope track. 21 did his thing. A lot of weight to that cut. His delivery is great on that as well. I think Young Nudie did his thing as well. He didn't make the track trash or anything like that. So now the next track is called Trance. It's got Young Thug and Travis Scott on it. I'm really hoping that we can capture a bit of the lightning in a bottle that was Maria, I'm Drunk. I'm not asking for the same song. I just want that same, I want those transitions, that mystique that leads into this drunken adventure. All right, it don't sound like we're gonna get that, but I don't know.
She giving our hugs, we know about the mugs. She put in my hand.
Never mind.
She got her own fan, she need a buzz, might give her a chance.
You know you need my nigga. Just keep this shit real, don't you crap with your song.
Amount of personality this nigga could just put into a track made the song such a joy.
If you my hoe, I call you sexy. And it's so dangerous.
Really good cut. Again, if we're going based off vibe, this is definitely the stronger cut that's got Travis on it. I definitely would listen to this one way more and just completely throw away the previous one that I heard. Once again, not expecting too much from Travis Scott when it comes to offering much personality to the track, but I think as a placeholder here, I think his flow really helps the track move along as well. And sometimes you don't need to say anything. Sometimes you don't need to have much personality, but he is a nice narrator to get you through from one destination into the Young Thug feature, and he carries you out the other side. Could he be replaced by a myriad of other artists? Possibly, but I think for this track, his dead style kind of delivery kind of helps the track move along in a way that doesn't distract from what's supposed to put you in a trance. So I like what he offered the track right there. Next track is Around Me with Don Toliver. I don't know why the way this track is progressing is reminding me of a Weeknd song. I definitely think Don Toliver's stronger moment was earlier in the track listing, so not too bad of a detriment to the album, but it's definitely not something I return to right now. Next track is Metro Spider. I'm loving the use of pianos on this album so far. I think he's doing a really great job adding that in while still maintaining a bit of a harshness to these cuts, because a lot of the time when you add a piano, it can be like really melancholic, or it could be a little too soft or too somber, but they still manage to maintain this hype factor.
Let's go get a pop. Let y'all from to the top. Niggas try to say that I went to Metro, bought me a pain from bezel. I went two-tone on my bezel. Got the rock, better have men right here. My friend right here. Niggas both my parents right here. Drop my album this year, no. All your ops you face, we run around flex. We getting your man right there.
I ain't never heard this from Thug before. Yes, I have. But it's good to hear it again, because I haven't heard this from him in a long time, you know, where it just seems like he's got tunnel vision. Nothing can stop him. He's just going. Metro. That was hard. That was great. Young Thug, you did your thing, bro. I know you ain't gonna hear that, but I Can't Save You Interlude, Future Again with Don Toliver. What I don't like about some of these track listings, or track listings so far actually, is that I'm seeing too much of the same nigga together on the same, you know what I'm saying? I just hope it's not trying to recreate another moment or trying to do the same thing knowing that you failed before. I don't know. Just don't do that. Just new features, new people for new songs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tweaking, I'm geeking, I'm tweaking, I'm geeking.
Metro. I got this shit here booming. Up the lean, the surf, the fluid. I'ma tell you what the perky is.
Most of these niggas can't identify that most superheroes don't wear cape.
Okay, I see what you're trying to say. I don't understand at all. But what I do understand is that track was a really good song idea. And I'm glad the track didn't overstay its welcome. But I do kind of want to see what it would sound like if it were fully fleshed out. Not bad for an interlude. Creepin with The Weeknd and 21. This sounds insane.
Just can't believe this, man. Metro Boomin.
I don't wanna. Is that what that is? What the fuck? Is that what I just heard?
Person you were kissing wasn't me. I don't wanna know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low. Cause my heart, oh baby, I don't wanna know.
I don't want to listen to the album no more. I don't want to listen to the album no more. I don't want to listen to the album no more. They really did that? I'ma cry. Nah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I fuck with you, 21. Don't get me wrong. And you might take offense to this. I feel like Baby Tron would be a way better fit for this cut. I don't know why. I'm just thinking about it right now. He would be way better on this track right now. I don't know why. I'm not feeling 21 right now at all. It's okay though, because he's not doing bad, but I just don't want to hear him. The Weeknd was enough. I'm still in shock that he just did that, but I will prefer Baby Tron on this. I just can't believe they sampled that. And I'm not saying it's an insane thing to do, but fuck, man, I was just like, I was not thinking about that. I really was not thinking about that cut at all. Niagara Falls with Travis Scott and 21. Man, that just made me happy.
I've been at the library.
Ratchet bitch, she can cool for me. She know how to put me.
This sound like it's sampling something too, though. I just don't. What is this though? It's an old R&B song. I don't know what it is though. Metro is an asshole. Why are you being nostalgic right now?
I need an extra for the crib, same size as the gallery. Got a crush on this waitress, how she serving not me. Porsche headlights on, coming the frog.
Looking at it, we ball.
Ratchet bitches wanting for she's not for me.
That's a great cut. That's a good cut. And I actually love Travis Scott, and his lack of personality really, really works for a cut like that, because in contrast, the song that this is reminding me of is a really good backdrop for someone that seems to come off as emotionless and as, you know, robotic as Travis Scott generally does. I don't know why that combination really works on this cut, because it makes it a bit more of an intimate experience with Travis Scott. 21, not really, because he just sounds awkward over cuts that remind me of R&B or that are supposed to be a bit smoother or a bit more intimate. And this is not the first time we've, you know, gotten 21 forced upon us for an R&B kind of centric cut, or a cut that's a bit more sensual. Walk 'em down with 21 Savage again. Like, I fuck with 21 heavy, long way. You know what I'm saying? Known him since 93. I wasn't born then, but regardless, why is he on the album so much? Like, I get it. Like, but you could just make Savage Mode 3 if that's the case, or fucking, I don't know, start working on, you know, Without Warning 2, the bum ass niggas. But like, I get it, but like, he don't need to be on here like that much. Like, I heard him a lot so far. Like, a couple features is cool, bro. It's like, out of 14 tracks, he's been on at least like 80 of them.
I'm with this shit, but count money, more fun though. Bud shots hit his stomach, not guns though. Walk that nigga down, walk that nigga down, walk that nigga down.
This whole shit don't matter, but when my nigga dies, somebody gotta answer. And I'm starting to wonder, gotta find ways to not go under. Now we don't pray for war, but if it comes, niggas know what we pray for.
He absolutely murdered his feature. Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I take that multiple different ways. I feel like, you know, that's one of those things that's like the softer side of the same people that's spinning the block. Like, the portrayal of people is, I get it, you know what I'm saying, the tough gangster shit, the tough talk and all of that. But like, there's a interior that just doesn't want to do it, but kind of is doing it because, like, yeah, I gotta, this is just what's in me. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm trained to do. This is what I grew up doing. So, I can't really, it's hard to do or think any other way. But I hope the worst doesn't happen. I hope I don't end up, making somebody a widow or an orphan or a childless parent. Like, I don't want this to be the reality, but it's something I gotta do. I guess that's what he feels like. Another way I interpret it is as if it is from the perspective of those who are kind of in the crossfire. Regardless, I still think it's a beautiful cut. I still think it's a great song and a really great contrast to 21 and the harshness that he was delivering earlier on. I think that's probably one of my favorite cuts off the album. Track number 13 is Lock on Me.
Playing with yourself and popping pills. Had a long night, but need some more. Had to get it going, put a lock on me.
It's another R&B. Like, there's so many R&B so many early 2000s R&B interpolations, especially when what it seems to be a feature from Travis Scott. That's another aspect to this record that I think makes it a bit more of a vibe, is because it's taking from some of those elements of the past, making it a melody for these newer cuts, and then kind of doing your own spin on it. Another cool cut, like I said, I like the interpolation, but as a track itself, does it stand out? Does it have a strong hook? Nah, not really. Kind of blends into the rest of the album, so it's not something that I will return to that much. But I do like what they were doing with the interpolations. Like I said, I think that's a nice little addition. Field of Fire with Takeoff and A$AP Rocky. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man.
Eve with the fruit. Why we need new. Why we need new shoes. Papa need new shoes.
I wish Kanye wasn't on the shit that he was on right now, because I definitely picture Kanye doing the intro for this cut over Travis Scott, over A$AP Rocky. It feels like it was made for Kanye to be on this particular part, and then Metro was like, nah, I can't do it.
Wanna be like you, magazine like you, GQ, yeah, I'm G like you. You looking at a lieutenant. I say it glue on the pendant. Don't go nowhere without my F and N. No Da Vinci, I'm a G.
That cut is beautiful. Tragic, but it's a beautiful cut. I've already listened to the Gunna cut, the bonus track. Not too crazy, but this was a decent album. I enjoyed it for the most part. I think there are a lot of stronger cuts here, a lot of cuts that are trying to deliver that vibe. For instance, the one with Young Thug and Travis Scott, the solo cut Metro Spider with Young Thug, I thought that was a great cut. The one with Don Toliver and Future earlier, I thought that was pretty good too. Intro, John Legend, Hate Aside isn't a bad cut either. And I think the A$AP Rocky and Takeoff track was a great closer. Also, I'm a big fan of the 21 cut and Mustafa track. I thought that was beautiful. And what do these tracks have in common? They all either follow a theme or a narrative within themselves that I feel like is greater than what the album itself kind of represents. I know a lot of the time the theme of the album is kind of just like, all heroes don't wear capes. What could be perceived as the villain could be a hero to someone. But I do feel like some of the weaker cuts on this album don't even reinforce that idea and just come off as cuts not important enough to be acknowledged as hero or villain, because they're just so weak. Even though I'm a fan of most of the album, I think there is a lot that I ran through that I don't really feel like you get much nourishment out of. For example, the constant shoving of 21 Savage down your throat on this album. As much as I love him, I don't need them like that. Similarly with Future, I think the smaller doses that you implement these people in, the more effective you can make them as features for the entire record, so that by the time the person hears this person again, they don't necessarily get tired or feel like their performance isn't as hard as it was earlier when they were introduced to them. Because that's ultimately what I feel like ends up happening. The more you hear Future, the weaker he gets. The more you hear 21, the weaker he gets. Even though he's a pretty consistent artist, I just feel like having him in so many tracks ends up being a detriment, not only to the cuts where he's clearly stronger and performing better, but bogged down the other tracks because of how simple they are and their approach not being as creative as the tracks where he performs stronger. I really feel like this was Metro's time to get extremely resourceful with artists, sounds, instruments, samples, and just kind of like go all out. And again, let me reiterate, while I'm a fan of the album, it's an enjoyable project, I'm left wanting so much more because it's nothing that I didn't expect coming from Metro Boomin. And I think the best of the album reminds me of the old days where these artists who are constantly featured, Future, Travis Scott, Young Thug, were in their prime, not necessarily pushing them into boundaries that they haven't explored already. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They still sound comfortable on majority of these tracks, and I enjoy myself, like I said, for the most part. The tracks where they are at their peak, at their strongest, tracks are really enjoyable. Even if these cuts that are really enjoyable don't really fulfill that hunger that I have for like extreme catchiness, there's still overall good songs to listen to. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it right now. I definitely think that if someone were to say like they like not all heroes wear capes, I wouldn't be mad at that. Still, there's Babyface Ray coming out tonight, so not all hope is lost. Y'all let me know how you felt about the album in the comment section down below. I'm very interested to hear what your thoughts are, and until next time, we out.